What is up, guys? We are here with another Overprime video. How is everyone doing today? We are here talking about the Christmas update. Um, I have not been live the last couple of days. I was gonna go live on Monday, but unfortunately I was just a little busy and I just didn't want to go live when I woke up. But yeah, we'll probably go live for the update, I guess. Or I'll be live after these patch notes. We'll see. Um, I don't have anything to do today, so we'll see. But yeah, anyways, going into these patch notes, I don't think this is going to be a big patch at all. I literally made a video just before saying like I want more changes because I knew this patch was going to be kind of a sleeper patch. So I'm hoping the patch at the end of the month is going to be bigger. I don't really know how to, like, I get it's not my game, obviously, and I think that's something that I need to put into perspective is like it's not really like I don't have a choice. But it's like seeing these basic things squandered when it comes to like the game, like just basic MOBA stuff is ridiculous to me. Like the way the game's paced, the way it feels, um the gold farm, right? Like the damage, like all this stuff. And you can even compare it to like something like Smite or O League, how much damage you do per ability. It's like I feel like this game probably has like some of the highest damage. It's all one shot, all super easy to do. um it's really frustrating, which is a bigger thing. Like most of it is frustrating. You have characters like Grim, Mako, and I'm just waiting for changes that are like going to address these things more so. Nerf everything, reduce everything, everything's effectiveness, items, some characters, coefficients. I want everything to be nerfed, and then bring up the the elements that make it easier for new players. So we'll go over all that stuff in another video. I guess we'll talk about the patch notes here. Unfortunately, like I said, this is gonna be a sleeper patch. Maybe there's some good stuff in here, but as far as I'm aware, it's not gonna be anything like super major. So let's get right into it. All right. So, update 12.14, which is going to go live in like 24-ish hours, a little bit like 18 hours, basically. It's going to be probably 12, I imagine. I don't see the time here. Probably around 12 o'clock. Or sorry, 12, 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. EST. So, Grok, Adele, Decker, Sevarog, Richter, and Iggy are getting brand new skins, along with all the other Christmas skins, I believe. This one's going to be free. You just have to log in before June, or sorry, not June, oh my god, January 11th, which I guess is when the event is going to end. So we got a long event map for a while. And this Adele skin, which goddamn, dude, please and thank you. I am so glad she's getting a Christmas skin. I wanted one for Yin. This is my second wife, but Jesus Christ, look at my beautiful, beautiful wife. She's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. I love her. So we got one for Adele. We got one for Decker, pretty simple. One for Sevarog. I kind of like this one because of the hood, but it's pretty simple. Richter, obviously, everyone loves this skin. This is the Krampus Richter skin. I don't know why they call it Snowlight. Super cool. I love the skin. I'm actually probably going to get this one. I think this is probably a legendary. So the thing about this is the Halloween skins you could all buy with Renar. I'm curious if you can buy any of these with Renar. Maybe a few, maybe the recolors, maybe not like Adele's and Richter's. I think those wouldn't be Renar, but everything else probably. And then Iggy gets a skin. I kind of like it actually because of the Rudolph one here. Probably I won't get it, but it's cool. All right. And then we shouldn't be this one that's obviously going to cost EMA. I think it's like $20 or $15, something like that. I don't remember. It's a resale. You got the Shinbi Legendary, the Jon Snow, which I didn't know was legendary. I have both of these. No, I don't have this skin actually. You got the Feng Mao, you got the Kalari, you got the Dad Gadget, all the other ones. We are getting some buffs and nerfs. So buffs to Wraith Decker. I imagine it's just going to be the revert to their projectile thing that they did. Probably made it extremely. It is a little bit more difficult. I think Decker is still really good. I don't know why people don't play her, but yeah, I don't know about Wraith. Wraith feels unchanged. I didn't feel a difference when I played him, but yeah. Feng Mao is getting a buff. Grim, oh boy, everyone's favorite character. I hate that they're buffing him. I hope they're nerfing his range and just buffing something else, like his basic attack or whatever. Sevarog is getting a buff. Oh, I didn't know Sev was getting a buff this patch. So Sev actually has the lowest win rate, which was funny to me. Not that they should ever balance off of win rate. I'm not really surprised. Everyone sees Conte play 7, think he's OP, but here we are. Everyone on average can't play him well, which again, I don't see, in a 200 player game per server, win rate doesn't really matter here, right? Sarath is actually getting nerfed, unfortunately, but yeah, we'll go over those. And then all these items are being changed. Spirit's Fang is actually getting a nerf. Well, I want to point that out because I'm very glad it is. Specifically because I'm so tired of building this first. This is getting a massive nerf of 40%, which is huge. So I might not have to build this first anymore, which is super nice. So we'll see. It's literally just another basic attack, essentially, which is, whatever. All right. So Marty's getting a massive nerf, is what he said here. So we're going to start with her. She is getting a base decrease on her energy barrage, which is her... I think it's her, it's her barrage. Obviously, the only barrage that she has. 15 off of everything. Coefficient being increased. Okay. Huh? Is this a buff or a nerf? I don't know. I don't think 0.2 is a buff, but it's 0.02 is a buff, but it's kind of weird. Anyways, I guess it's a nerf. Still, this ability is going to hit really hard. Decrease multiple hits on enemy damage. Wait, decrease multiple hits on enemy damage. 35%, 30%. I don't know what this means. Cooldown is increased. I don't know what this means. Like, because her thing, the way it works is like 70%. I don't know what these numbers are. I'm confused. I don't know. Whatever. I don't play her enough. I haven't played her enough at all. Oh, they reduced the projectile speed. That's kind of big. It's only like by 0.15 seconds, but it's still, it's gonna be harder to hit. The second, third, and fourth projectile. Because the last three were always that's what I said. The last three, you're always guaranteed to hit them. But now it looks like it's gonna be a little bit harder to hit them. Increased bonus damage while Dimensional Mind is active. Increased. This is so weird. So you need to have Dimensional Mind active. You always really did, but okay. Command Rush costs more mana. The base damage is decreased by 30. The coefficient is decreased by 10. Decrease second hit base damage by 30. Okay, that's pretty big. So this whole ability was getting nerfed pretty hard base wise. Coefficient decreased by 10. Decreased first hit skill range by 400. Second hit by 40. The duration of the root is 0.7. Good. Decrease of the slow is 0.7. Good. I think it's just removed the root altogether, but maybe that's just me. Increase skill mana cost by 5. Increase cooldown by 1 second, so it's going to be harder for her to get a rotation off. Increase magical power coefficient, so she does more damage based on her scaling. They're trying to put her more to the late game, but still, I don't know if that's the worth. 340, so it's reduced Yaksha damage, 0.5, 0.05. Increase chase and charge cooldown. I don't know. Is it cooldown? Wait, is this the ult recast? I don't know how many times you can recast it. I thought it was just one. Decreased base movement speed of Yaksha, I imagine 690. It doesn't really matter because he can still fight you when if you summon Yaksha during a fight, you can't just fight the mage, you'll just die. So one of the biggest problems I feel like is like when you're fighting Marty, if she decides to summon Yaksha first, you can't sit there and fight her. You can't combo her because Yaksha will just fuck you up. And then she'll just cast Yaksha again and fuck you up even more, you know what I mean? And then she'll do her combos. Anyways. Decrease basic attack damage of Yaksha, decrease the HP of Yaksha. Still going to be pretty annoying with 2800 HP. I didn't know he had 3400. I didn't know how much it was. When enemies are hit by Marnie's skill combo, enemies felt more threatened than when they faced an assassin. Yep. I figured that out the hard way when I played Phase. Really, really tough. Moreover, even if they survived Marty's skill combo, the sustained damage from the summon Yaksha made Marty extremely difficult to deal with. We have reduced the overall power of Marty's skills to make it a little less overwhelming to deal with their skill combos. I think they could have nerfed her a little bit harder personally, but whatever. I guess they did a lot. They did a lot. Honestly, I just don't even care. I just want the game to change more than it is when it comes to damage. I'm so tired of this like insane damage meta, kind of like where it's just so high damage and super frustrating to play against everything you run into. So, um, hmm, uh-huh, um. So she's not a mid laner anymore. What on earth is this? Like, what is the huh? I mean, I could get this within 6 seconds, but it's just kind of weird. Just like level 1 cheese is definitely gone. I was still cheesing at level 1 a little bit, but wow, this is a massive nerf. Okay. I'm assuming there's going to be a cooldown. She's getting a damage nerf completely. Her base damage is decreased. Her coefficient is decreased by 10%. Her base damage is decreased of her light flux, and I think it's her laser because it's the only thing that's lowest. 10 or a 0.1%. I don't know what this is. Whatever, 1% decrease, whatever it is. The duration of the root is decreased. The explosion damage is decreased, and the coefficient is decreased by 10. While assassins are handicapped by the danger they face up close when assassinating enemies, faces a skill composition that ensures her to threaten enemies from a distance. We reduced the overall power of faces skills because we found them considerably frustrating to enemies. Okay. So, permanent support, not mid later. This is pretty insane nerfs overall. I agree that FaZe needed some kind of change, but this is just destroying for her character in mid, which is great. Honestly, I think this is a plus because I hate fighting this bitch. But it's not just in mid. Solo gets frustrated a lot. Most of the time it's solo, honestly. But it's also just dual lane. Dual lane, you don't need to hold the link. So basically, this link change doesn't really mean anything because you're going to insta-pull, right? For the most part. You got to make sure to insta-pull now because it's only 6 seconds. The damage she does was pretty ludicrous in support. I would just die to a phase by herself because she'd get close and fuck me. But so the way she's supposed to work, you're supposed to laser first before you pop the link, because if they interrupt the laser, you don't lose the link. Then you link them E ult if you're close enough to them, right? That's what's supposed to happen. So her combo can still stand, but they reduced a lot of the damage that she does with the combo, right? Like this is reduced, which is fine. That's fine. The coefficient for both of those are reduced. The base damage for the ult is reduced. Like everything she has is reduced. But instead of getting rid of the frustrating thing, they didn't decrease the distance to the laser. They didn't remove the blind or mitigate the blind in some way, heavy way. The slow is still insane. She still has a free pull. Like those things are the frustrating elements, but instead of doing that, they decide let's just nerf her so she doesn't do assassin level of damage. So if you don't know, FaZe does assassin. If you get close, they said that she can do it from a distance. That's not true. That is completely untrue. FaZe cannot do assassin level of damage from a distance. It says while assassins are handicapped by the danger when they face up close when assassinating enemies. That is untrue. For FaZe, she cannot do Shinbi Morigesh fucking Countess level of damage unless she is next to her enemy, which takes time to do. It takes you a little bit of time to get that off because you have to root them with the laser or you have to blink on them. So it's like I don't understand why this is a thing. Like I thought honestly she was supposed to be like a semi mid laner, a bad one, but then she basically is a mage assassin. That's what I treated her as. So this is such a weird change to me. Again, I like to play her in support. I do play her in mid kind of often, but I play her much more in support. It's way more fun. So this isn't really affecting me that much, but I'm just kind of like, do you not want her to be a mid laner? Because I don't think they understand how her mid lane presence is terrible from afar. You have to get up close. If you don't get up close, you're useless. You might as well not play her in mid, which is fine. I want them to turn her into a support, but this is just a weird. They need to decide what they want to do with her because this is a massive nerf. Her ranged game was already garbage. This is killing her ranged game completely. There's no way you can play her from a distance anymore. And I need to test the damage now up close. I don't even think you can test her up close. She still had some of the lowest damage of the mage assassins, but she can still one-shot combo you after like 2-3 items. Probably can't do that anymore. So this is a bad. I don't like this change unless they were turning her into a true support. No one's sitting there saying FaZe is broken or OP. They're saying she's super annoying. They didn't address anything that's annoying. She still does. She'll still do damage to you. She'll still blind you. She'll still pull you. She'll still slow you. She'll still do all that stuff. So they did decrease the root duration, which I think is probably good. But again, support. I think they need to decrease the laser range. And then get rid of her pull and turn her into a support. That's literally what I think. And then reduce her damage. That'd be fine. I'd be fine if that was the case. But they didn't do the support part. They just reduced her damage. So like they're just trying to kill the character. That's just weird. But they're gonna buff Grim this patch. So Sereth got a decrease in power. She's been dominating apparently. I haven't seen these Sereths, but they exist somewhere. 30 base damage on a right click. This might be lower than Grux's now, so she might be worse than him because she has no CC. Her coefficient has been reduced as well on the right click. Increased cooldown on her right click. Jesus Christ. Okay, she is worse than Grux, I think, by a large margin. Because Grux, I think his cooldown is 4.5 seconds on his right click. Hers was as well, I think, with full CDR-ish, or maybe it was like 3.5. Yeah, this is a massive nerf, specifically here to her main damage ability. I feel like you're going to be relying on only your crit. Your base damage is decreased by 5. It's crazy how Sereth is like dominating for like a patch or two. Apparently, again, not for casuals, for fucking the highest end of players. She's dominating for a patch or two, and they just nerf her into the ground. Yet ADCs and mages are just like whatever. I don't care. Decreased damage dealt increase. So burn damage is decreased. Coefficient was decreased. Yeah, they just nerfed the fuck out of her, dude. Now, I agree her damage is too high, but to match someone like Grux specifically, this was kind of a like you can't match his cooldowns. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you do more damage to him at level 6 than he does to you, but it's one of those things. It's like when I'm thinking about just the Grux fight, I'm not thinking about like Crunch or anything who's gonna probably fuck you up regardless. I really never know Kwong, right? Like, there's certain fights she couldn't take, but there's a lot of fights that she could take. Like, she's still probably gonna beat Feng now. She's still probably gonna beat Wukong and everyone else. Like, she's that strong. But like Grux, he just outmatches her cooldowns. Like this specifically right here. The base damage I think is lower now. I think her ult might put her over, maybe, in the early game, but I'm not sure. But the cooldown is what matters more. Now, 9 seconds at the start, I guess, is fine. But, like, a little later on, you start upgrading more and more and more. When you get to that final level, you'll never be able to manage those cooldowns, so whatever. Anyways, sorry, I'm just ranting. I think she did need a damage decrease, like I said. Obviously, she's doing too much damage, but I don't think it's, like, that egregious just because of the way the ADCs and mages feel right now. But I think we need to address the range characters first, then the melees, but that's just me. Hmm? What's the physical defense coefficient? What does this mean? Oh, is this the damage he gets for his... Okay. I don't like this change. First off, I think Steel is goated. Not because he's slamming people with damage, though. This is a bad... Dude, oh my god. My head is... Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't think nerfing tanks at all is smart right now, but that's just me. But he's not slamming people with damage. I played Steel solo... Not recently, but a little while ago, and he was fine. He feels good. He's weaker than other solos, but he can't be caught. Like, he doesn't do an insane amount of damage. So nerfing is like what his only damage skill is ridiculous to me, but whatever. That just puts less pressure, like puts more pressure on him in solo. I guess because he's not supposed to be a solo. But they say here, still lanes fight was stronger than other tank heroes in soloing. That's not true at all. He just couldn't be caught. That's not true at all. Now, I don't know about Sevarog and Rampage who are getting buffed this patch, but like Greystone and Adele were fucking destroying Steel, bro. It wasn't even close. Their damage is considerably higher. I'm sad. Oh my god, I'm so sad. Please. Please, no. No, what is this? Why? Oh my god. They hate tank. Dude, I'm convinced they hate tank characters. Or even tankier characters. They nerf them into the ground in the worst ways possible. Oh my god, dude. They spent like 8 patches buffing her. It was like 3. Okay, this is a good change. Wait, no. They need to wait, no, it's bad change. They need to change it from this to true damage, right? Is this the one I'm thinking of? Changes targets max. Okay, max health. They need to change whatever it is from true damage to normal damage. This is still going to be an annoying ability. Change bonus damage proportional to target's max health. This is a buff, right? This also should just be removed. This is fine. Dude, why would... I hate that they're taking away agency from these tanks by making them less tanky. Like, Adele is not a problem because she's super tanky. She's a problem because she can fucking blink, silence, and ult you in a team fight and completely shut you down. I don't understand, man. It's like you've seen her play, dude. She is supposed to be tanky. Greystone out tanks her to every extent. Why is she just becoming like 400 health off her shield is ridiculous, dude. That is insane. They buffed the shield too. I think it used to be 1100. Then they nerfed it into the ground. Because I don't get it, bro. Whatever. They think the game is balanced in a way that like tanks are supposed to feel good and like everyone's like, oh, there's a tank meta. There's people I remember in the there were who's doing the dev stream for the winter patch, which I didn't upload because it wasn't important. But this is a horrible dude. Oh my god, this patch is gonna be garbage, dude. The steel change was bad. The Sarah change was whatever. Base change was bad. Marty change was good. So there's what? So one, two bad changes so far. I need to get on with these patch notes, but these changes are so bad so far. Kwong is getting a nerf, which he probably does need a damage nerf for sure, but I don't know about a cooldown nerf. Coefficient has been reduced by 12% for his ult. No, his R&B. I haven't really seen Kwong lately at all. I haven't fought like Outlaw or anything. I'm not sure how. If he's still broken, probably, but like, it's decreasing all of his damage. I do think his damage should be decreased for sure, though. But yeah, like it definitely was too high. I just maybe give him more tankiness or an option to build attack speed and remove his knockup. I don't know. Give him something else that's not damage. You know what I mean? Space distortion. Okay, buffing their range characters now. After they nerfed how many tanks? They're buffing the range characters now. Let's see here. Let's decrease the cooldown of. I don't even know what this fucking is. This is ward. What the fuck is this ability? I think it's his ward. Or it's his rewind. I really don't know. Understand. Movement speed has been 40% increase. Jeez, that's a lot of movement speed. Decrease the cooldown of the ult 50 seconds. Every 50 seconds, he'll go invisible and he'll get 40% movement speed. That's kind of wild for like you, not just you, but your team. You're getting 40% movement speed to your team constantly. That's pretty insane. Did they nerf this a while ago? A little insane. Anyways, Decker getting a increased cooldown in her RMB, which is probably I actually like this change because I think escapes should not be on a short cooldown. Plasma ball is decreasing the cooldown of plasma ball. Increase the collision size. I don't think this is back to the way it was, but it's bigger, so it's good. Plasma dome is getting a decrease in cooldown. Slow attack buff is getting it increase again. They spent like a patch nerfing this because it was too high. They're buffing it again. They're reverting some of their changes. It's kind of funny in this patch. 10-second off the ult. Okay, so she got some buffs. Fang Mao got a decrease in cooldown, an increase in damage, coefficient damage increase, execution threshold is up by 40. Just make it percent based. Increased reuse time after activation to 12 seconds. That's a pretty long time. Brim getting a buff of 2 seconds on his shield so he can block more abilities. The coefficient of his displacement has been increased so you take more damage from 10 million miles away. I see Grim all the time, dude. It's so annoying. I hate this character. Suppression mode, decrease the cooldown of his ult by 4 seconds, decrease skill range by 30. Awesome. Suppression mode is like we use more often, but at the cost of reducing range, make it easier to deal with Grim. Well, in addition, yeah, easier to deal with Grim. So, have you ever fought a Grim before that knows what he's doing? You will never touch him as a mage, or really anyone, unless you get lucky or like, he fucks up. He will fuck you up so bad it's not even funny. So, any buffs to him is ridiculous to me. Oh, dude, this patch is. I don't even want to play this patch, dude. I'm already like, maybe I'm just being super pessimistic. I think all these changes are fucking horrible so far. A lot of these changes were so dumb. Like, Jon Snow, if you're watching this, please just reevaluate your game, dude. Just nerf everything and then reevaluate what you want of your game. Because right now, it's just damage, outranging, weird designs, and it's so inconsistent. It's not even like a me thing. It's just like why would you do some of these things? Make people less tanky because they think it's not that people are too tanky, it's that they just have annoying abilities. Greystone is the tankiest character in the game. You don't see him being like, why would you think Adele is a problem because of her shield? Greystone is far tankier than Adele. It's not even close in how much damage he can take versus her, but he has no CC. So you think let's just make Adele a fucking what a support? I don't even know what she is. Like what 400 off or whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, sorry, I'm ranting. Increase in blockable duration. Cool. That's actually pretty good. Health coefficient for Soul Steel, that's also really good by 0.01. I still don't know what that is. Is that 1%? Increased magical power coefficient. It's cool. Give more damage, sure. Hollow Breath. E skill. What is that? What is Hollow Breath? Oh, is that his root coefficient? Doesn't really matter. His ult got increase in damage, decrease in cooldown. So 50-second swings. Increased magical power coefficient result. They increased him a little bit. Rampage got a 1 second off his Savage Heave. What is Savage Heave? Is that his rock throw? What the fuck? Dude, why? Wait, this is 5.5 seconds now, is it not? Why the fuck are they buffing these? Dude, I don't understand this. He has a 5.5 second stun instead of a 6. It's already broken. But I hate that they're doing this too. Grux and Rampage have the most insane cooldowns. Which is why I'm assuming Grux is so OP, because he can just pull you every 6 seconds. Imagine in a team fight, you get stunned by a Rampage, he hits you a couple times, he stuns you again, hits you a couple times, stuns you again. That's literally what happens now. It's 6 seconds. 6 seconds is not a long time in a fight. You get stunned for like 1.5 or 1 second. And then for 5 seconds, he gets to fuck you up, and then you get stunned again. What? Decrease the stun duration, though. Okay. I didn't know it was so long. What the fuck? So never mind. It was almost 2 seconds. So 1.7 seconds, you throw the rock, it goes on cooldown. 1.7 seconds, you're stunned. And then, you have 4 seconds to react before he gets it back. Now, it's a little less, but it's 5.5, so with 40%. So 1.5. So you have 4 seconds to react. You have 4 seconds to react to Rampage before he throws another rock at you. I guess if you count him picking up the rock, might take like a second. So you have about 5.5 seconds, almost exactly, to react to Rampage fucking you up with a rock. That, think about the era, the time that you have as a newer player, having to react getting stunned every 5 seconds. Think about how annoying that is. Pretty annoying. The liberated skill increase max health boost by 100. This is awesome. Make him tankier. This is what I'm talking. Make the tanks tankier and just reduce their damage. It's not that hard, dude. Make the tanks, Adele, make her tankier. Reduce her take away her true damage. Make her tankier. Greystone's the tankiest character in the game. He just has no CC, but he has a lot of damage. Just keep him the same. Make Rampage tankier, Sevarog tankier, Steel tankier, Richter tankier. Everyone who's a true tank, make them tankier, but reduce everyone's damage if they're too high, if they have too high of damage. I think Sev's damage is probably maybe a little bit too high. I guess people like him that much. I don't know. I don't think so, but whatever. Oh, did they increase the range of Savage Heave? No, just the cooldown. This is so weird. That's so stupid. I like the old change though. It was nice because you get more recovery just in general, more health, and then you get more damage per second. So cool. Yep, terrible character changes. Like this was a W, this was a W, this is an L, this is a W, this was a W, this was an L. I don't like the movement. I don't like getting 40% movement speed to your team. I think that's stupid. I think they just need to readjust Wraith in general. But that was just a stupid thing. This 40% movement speed is gonna be super annoying to deal with. You go invisible too, but like 40%, he's just so annoying to catch already sometimes. I don't think he's good. I think it's just annoying to deal with, especially with his range poke. I don't know about this one. This is probably a W, but I think he should be tankier and just have less damage personally. So kind of like an eh for me. Definitely need a decrease in damage. Don't know about the cooldowns though. This is an L. Not biased at all. I just think it's dumb nerfing her. I think that reducing her damage done, just take away her true damage. Just take away it's not hard, bro. Her true, like literally just get lower silence effectiveness and get rid of true damage. That's all I asked for. This was a L. This was a W-ish, but also an L at the same time with the cooldown. I think her damage did need to be decreased though. This was an L. And this was a W. A lot of L's, dude. A lot of character L's. Sorry it took so long to get through those character changes. I'm just upset. All right, let's go. Let's go on to the fucking items. Let's get over that. Let's get it. This patch is seeming awful. Oh, another awful change here. Probably. Or is this a nerf? This is a nerf. It's a nerf but a buff. Okay, so they nerfed this. Just increase the price. But then they buffed this by 10 power, but nerfed it by 5%. No matter what which way you look at it, this is a giant. This is still, or not a giant nerf. This is still a nerf, but it's such an inconvenient change. It doesn't really matter. Ooh, a buff. Nice. A buff. Sweet. Okay. 15%. Cool. They buffed the physical by 5 and the magic defense by 5. Cool. It's also, I don't know why they didn't buff this by 10. Usually you buff magic defense more than physical, but. Wait, it's an 18-second cooldown now? Okay, sorry, I was drinking something. So it decreased by 5 power, same stats. The same exact thing, except now it's 50% at 18 seconds instead of 70. So 50-50 is 100. So it's basically another basic attack throughout the entire game. So it's scaled off your actual power instead of being 140 of your power. This might not be a first item anymore, which is amazing. For me, I always built it first on Zena. I had to. I didn't have a choice. But not lately because of this, but which also got nerfed. This got nerfed, actually. I have not used this yet. I forgot about it. 40% for 3 seconds and deals 5% bonus damage instead of 10. I should have used it when it was up. 5% is not a lot, so. It's just an anti-build. He like, this is just a counter-building item, but it gave you 10% extra damage. I really should have built this before it got nerfed. Sad faces. The wolf item, 2800. Gold is, and it also got a 5 power nerf. Cool. Decreased healing effect is applied to all enemies. Such a weird change. Okay, that's just applied to only applied to heroes. What would? Okay, that's it's a whatever change. Item changes or whatever. Nothing really to talk about. Demoralization gets a massive nerf. 60% to 30% for the physical and magical defense and 40% for the movement speed. The cooldown is increased, so they nerfed the fuck out of this. It's still being used a lot, so yeah, no, massive nerf. Sweet, cool. Tanks won't just be destroyed. Or like you won't probably see this being run as the only karma now. And just system improvements, some bug fixes. Yeah, this patch, giant. I will not be playing a lot this patch. I can tell you. I'll play a little bit for the Christmas. I'll probably be live for the patch for sure. I don't remember. It goes live at 1. I'll probably be live for that. Maybe we'll see. If I might not like rush to get on, but I do want this Adele skin. Every change they made this patch is just like L L L L L, and it's like from the outside you probably don't even understand why. I try to explain it a little bit, but it's like they're not making the game more fun to play in any way, shape, and form for any casual. It's like I can't imagine the balancing team. They feel like the game is balanced right now, so they're trying to balance the game off of what we have. The game isn't balanced, but it's not just that it's not balanced. Everything is super frustrating to play against. That's just it. Casual, rank, level, whatever. It is. Everything is so frustrating to play against. Them doing this to FaZe didn't solve how frustrating it is to play against her. It just made her unplayable in mid. You're still going to see her in support. She just can't be played mid. This probably was whatever changed outside of the cooldown. I don't like that, but whatever. This change doesn't help. Like, why reduce his damage? That's the only damage ability he has, basically. It's just so weird. I guess this might 10% might comp. I don't think 10% is going to compensate for 30 base damage off. He doesn't build any damage, so he just gets 30 less base damage at max level. Like, why? This doesn't make any sense either. The duration of the like they nerfed her tankiness. Look, cooldown increase. They think her tankiness is the problem. It's not her tankiness. It's her fucking ult. That's the only thing people care about. And maybe her whip shot as well maybe needs to be reduced. But like, look, the R&B. Look at how many nerfs this got. Up to here. Why? 450 is insane, bro. Like, she's one of my main characters, right? She's my second most played, third most played, around there. And she's my second favorite character in the game, basically. So I'm just wondering why on earth they're nerfing the part that isn't there. I know what the problem is. I see it all the time in high end play, and it's only in high end play, by the way. She's not played in lower end. It's like I never see good Adeles in like lower tier games. They just all fucking hit. They can't do anything. She has no escape. People don't know how to play like we know without an escape. I build 2 blinks usually, but I also never build silence ever. So I'm not like this fucking massive threat. But I am pretty tanky, which is good. But I'm also tankier with Greystone. I just think the other tanks weren't up to par. So instead of they're trying to bring the other tanks up but also reducing Adele. Like Adele couldn't compare to Greystone in tankiness, but she had a lot of damage. So instead of nerfing the damage, they just nerf the tankiness. Like, no, nerf the damage, reduce her true damage, or take away her true damage on her ult. Reduce the effectiveness of the one ability. Like, I don't get it, man. Whatever. Just an L, right? And I went over all these things. I don't have to go over them again. It's just a massive L patch for me, personally. Most of my characters got nerfed or, like, put into the ground. Some, like, Sereth for good reason, right? Others like Adele, not really. FaZe, not really. Like they didn't address the issues that matter. And like I said, I don't really care about. I can adapt to any way the game is, but making my characters less fun to play. Like now, what happens when I play Adele? Now I get killed faster. Yeah, woo. That's so much fun. I love getting killed faster when that's not the problem with Adele. Like that doesn't make any sense, and they know what the problem is. There's no way they don't. You've watched tourneys where an Adele has a blink fucking silence. They nerfed Aurora for that reason because she was blink ulting, blink ulting, and I guess she also ran silence, blink silence, and ulting, so people couldn't do anything when it came to her ult. So they nerfed her. They reduced her range, but she doesn't have a damage component. She has a CC component, but Adele has a damage component to her ult. It does true damage, so just get rid of the true damage. And then I guess you can nerf the damage a little bit. I just think getting rid of the true damage solves every issue you have with Adele. You don't need to nerf any, and maybe nerf her whip shot to do less true damage on the hit. I think that true damage is fine though. But just nerf her ult true damage. Just take it away. And take off the defense reduction. 2 simple fixes. There you go. Adele's fixed. No one can abuse her anymore because you can build against her ult, which is the problem. Her tankiness is fine. She has no escape. She's a tank. Make her tankier. Like I don't want tanks to be less tanky. No tank in the game is like up to par. Maybe Greystone, but even then he still gets shredded by most mages. Specifically, mages fucking destroy Greystone. It's not even close. Please, just reevaluate your game and decide what you want. Because if you want this game to be some like high end damage fest where fucking characters like Grim are getting fucking buffed for no reason, Wraith getting a 40% movement speed for his team, Mordor just a support. And then Grim, the long range characters, the range characters in this patch got buffed. I don't think a single range character got nerfed this patch. I think there was only 2. I guess they said, oh no, Marty did. Yeah, so they said FaZe was a range character. She's not. Like, there's no way the devs don't know how they, is it a bug that she does double damage? Because she's supposed to get close to do her damage with her E. I'm a little confused. So I don't know. I don't get it, man. I think this is an L patch. Call me pessimistic. This is not going in a direction, like, I just don't want to be less tanky as a tank. Call me crazy. I didn't already enjoy playing 7 Rampage. They got buffed a little bit, which is nice. Still not probably up to this point where I need. They didn't nerf the tank items. I mean, they did take 5% off of Chainsaw, which actually is a slight nerf. It is a slight nerf, but it may just still have max pen shred with one item. ADCs are still getting 35% with the Chainsaw. It's like, just nerf it, man. Just nerf the damage. It's frustrating. New players don't want to have to deal with this when they play tanks. They get fucking shredded and eaten alive. That's why Sev has the lowest win rate for a reason. Because he's a tank. I promise you, all the tanks have a pretty low win rate. Probably even Adele. Like, they probably all have really low. They nerfed Adele because everyone was crying out. What do you think they buffed Adele for like 4 patches in a row? And they finally decided to actually properly nerf her. And properly as in nerfed her tankiness, not her. Her blank ult is still going to be a problem, by the way. Just so you guys know, this doesn't fix the issue. Like, I think they nerfed her ult a little bit with some of these. Like this one. But I think it's still going to be a massive problem because, again, it does true damage, so it doesn't matter. It's still going to fucking slap. So, yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry, like I said, this patch, it's not not a patch that I'm like, oh, you guys need to come back for this winter patch. It ain't. Get the skins and get out. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's just not a good patch. I do not like this at all. Nothing here is like, I want to play this patch. I'll go live for the update, and like that's all I really want to play personally. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.